Alright, Warner Brothers, pay attention. Alright, you got a director named Matt Reeves helming the Batman movie with Ben Affleck in the future. All I'm telling you right now is keep that man directing the Batman movie, because let me tell you, he is one talented person. Don't screw it up. What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the final film in this epic trilogy of rebooted Planet of the Apes films, which, as I might call, may be now one of the greatest film trilogies of all time. And that film is War for the Planet of the Apes. Directed once again by Matt Reeves, who directed my favorite movie so far, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and stars Andy Serkis once again as Caesar, and you got some new people like Woody Harrelson, Steve Zahn, and many of the returning members from the past Apes films. This review, of course, is spoiler-free. Not going to go into the spoilers of this film because I know a lot of you guys have still yet to see this movie. I'm just joining the bunch. I know I'm late on this, but it's going to be spoiler-free. You're safe here. War for the Planet of the Apes takes place 5 years after the events of Dawn. You know what happened at the end of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and that Koba started this huge war and that the military was on their way, and that's what happens sort of in this film. You got Caesar and his group of apes being hunted down by the Colonel, played by Woody Harrelson, and his group of men who were sort of like incarcerating apes. And so this whole entire movie is a revenge aspect as well as a war aspect between the humans and the apes to see who can be the most dominant species in mankind. To even say I was excited for this movie is such an understatement. I've been excited for this movie ever since I walked out of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which that film is such a masterpiece. I can't find anything wrong with Dawn. And Rise of the Planet of the Apes was such a great start to this trilogy, and seeing a great character in Caesar, played by Andy Serkis. And now we're all the way up to War, which is the final film possibly in this rebooted trilogy, which is very sad. And so, I'll be honest, going into this movie, I was a little bit scared because I know sometimes the third movies in trilogies aren't the best. But what I've seen recently with The Bourne Ultimatum and Logan and Captain America Civil War, there was such hope that the third installment could be the best in the trilogy. And all I can say is walking out of War, I was blown away. This movie was so freaking good. And I am not joking. Each film has so many different storylines. Like, the intensity in each film progresses. And War is, oh my god, definitely the best movie I've seen so far this year. And I've seen some great ones like Logan and Wonder Woman, but this just takes the cake. So let's just jump right into the positives, because there are a lot. Starting with Andy Serkis as Caesar, do I really need to dive into this? I have been saying this man should have been nominated for an Oscar since Rise. In Dawn, he really needed to let the Academy know, nominate this man. And I am telling you, they need to really consider motion capture performance at the Oscars or some type of award show, because Andy Serkis, I am telling you, this man can act. He is so amazing in this film. Just the emotions he portrays as Caesar. There isn't a lot of dialogue. He's the only ape that does speak, but his emotions in this movie. He goes on such a darker path in War. It's just so great to see Andy Serkis play Caesar, because he's the only actor that can play this character. It's a beautiful thing to watch. I gotta talk about the villain of this movie, Woody Harrelson. When I found out that he was playing the villain, I was so excited, because I love Woody Harrelson. Last year in The Edge of 17, and I don't see him play a lot of bad guy roles, and he is so damn good in this movie. very intense and riveting. He just kind of like gives it in the low tone. He's not one of those villains that's so over the top, that's like very scary and all that, but he's a very soft-spoken villain, that he does give some exposition, but he's one of those villains that you completely understand why he's doing the things that he's doing. He has a lot of past issues, and seeing his back and forth with Caesar is so good. There are two new additions to this cast. One is a human and one is an ape. I want to talk about the new human character, and that's the little girl, Nova. I thought this girl was really cute. I mean, it was a great addition. To see her and Maurice interact, like, Maurice has another interaction with a human. It's very sweet. I really like the little girl. And again, she has no dialogue in this movie. She's able to portray so much emotion. And that's so good. And the new ape in this movie, Bad Ape, I was really scared about this character going into this movie, because he's kind of like Dobby mixed with Jar Jar Binks. From the trailers, I love Bad Ape. He was so hilarious in this movie. He did not drag down the movie at all. His comedic moments happen at the right times, because if it's way too dramatic, then you're just going to be too sad. And Bad Ape's a character that just added some good humor that was really needed, and he's such a great character. The action sequences in this movie were amazing. The opening action scene in particular, it does show you some title cards that you need to know. It definitely shows some events like Rise, and then Dawn, and then it shows the War title card, and it just throws you right into the story immediately. The action sequences, the sound effects were amazing. I was really into the action aspect of this movie, and it really did fit in with the overall story. The motion capture, as always, is flawless. In this film, it definitely takes it up the notch. I can't even tell what's motion capture and what's an ape. That's how good it is. I don't have to dive into it, guys. You know how great it is. The story in this movie is so interesting. I mean, the title of this movie is War for the Planet of the Apes. Just go in with some expectations that this movie went in directions that I wasn't expecting. To even say it's War for the Planet of the Apes is such an understatement. There's so many other things that I won't ruin it for you guys, no spoilers, but don't expect much of what you're expecting. And that's the best thing I can say. Matt Reeves' direction, oh my god. I am so happy he's helming the Batman, because there were so many emotional aspects about this film that really did almost bring a tear to my eye. Just to see all the characters such as Caesar and all the apes in particular go through living hell. Especially Caesar, we see his progression into now a darker aspect that he's just really is suffering. And Matt Reeves just does characters and storytelling extremely well. When it comes to the negatives, guys, this film has nothing I didn't like about it. I'm being serious. This film is a masterpiece. And to find negatives, it's just really nitpicking. And there was not one part of this film I did not like. In the end, guys, War for the Planet of the Apes blew me away. What a great end to this amazing trilogy right here. Very intense, riveting, brutal, and very interesting. Fantastic acting from Andy Serkis, Woody Harrelson, Steve Zahn, and the rest. Just the action, the storytelling, everything about this film was what I wanted it to be as an end of a great trilogy. Guys, please go see this movie. It is now my favorite movie of the year so far. So with all that being said, guys, War for the Planet of the Apes definitely gets a 5 out of 5 stars. Amazing film. Congrats to you, Matt Reeves and Andy Serkis and everyone involved for making which is now possibly my favorite movie trilogy of all time. Alright guys, so that was my review for War for the Planet of the Apes. Have you guys seen this yet? Did you love it, think it was okay, or did you absolutely hate it? Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you guys as always for watching this review, and if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe today for more content. All my social media links are in the description down below. Be sure to click that notification bell on your way out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!